Good morning, Sid.
Morning, Bree. So, for those who don't know, me and Bree do work together. We work together a lot. We've had late night co-working sessions. Like, it's been real. We've gotten very close in a very short amount of time, and I appreciate her so much. So, Bree, I'm gonna give you the floor. Tell them who you are first, what
Okay.
you do, and then like how you need support right now. So, what your goal is, how we can support you. So, yeah, the floor is completely.
Oh, sorry, Sid. First off, roll ties game day. But okay, that has nothing to do with this. So yes, like Sid said, my name is Bre. I go by Bre Terry, and I have a social media and digital marketing company, and my company is named The Influenced Multimedia because we do all things media, but more so specifically digital and social media marketing. So I have an Instagram page, I currently linked to it. If you want to go to it, is at theinfluence.bterry. And basically, I just manage any company's social aspect of their company. Like a lot of people know they need marketing, and then a lot of people know marketing costs money, but they don't know what to do or how to really go about marketing. So I have one-on-ones with all my clients to kind of get an overall gist of what their end goal is and where they are currently and their targeted audience and stuff like that. And then I got all the information I need from them, make a strategy, a personalized strategy tailored to them and what they need specifically. And then on a month to month basis, we go from there. And I just kind of manage their social media platforms for them. So that way they don't have to, so they can focus on the other stuff of the business, you know? So what I need, I'm currently looking for more clients at the current moment. I'm close to my end goal for this upcoming month. I'm sorry, I just got done working out, you guys. I teach a workout class too, so I'm a little winded, but yes. So I'm just intaking some more clients for the rest of the year, and then I'm just looking to lock in on a monthly basis with people. Now I do individual services as well, like website design, logos, graphics, invitations, and stuff like that. If someone needs that, then I can definitely do that as well. But my main focus is just building up my monthly clientele. Sid, back to you.
I'm obsessed with you and like everything you do because already like when I tell you she's a multi hyphenate like I am, like does a lot. She be talking and I'd be like, wait, what? Like, as if I don't do the same thing to her. She'd be like, Cindy, wait a minute, what?
What's going on? That's
But
a breather. But yes.
you know, model, dancer, like all the things. You just taught a workout class, like you said. What is, in your opinion, because I did this on the live earlier, and I think it actually got a lot of really good conversations started. And I think because I'm saving this live and because I'm going to give it to you so you can use it however you want to, um, when it comes to marketing, like you said, like people know it's important. They just like don't know like what they need and everything like that. Yeah. What are, I guess, the biggest, when you're talking to clients, especially because I know you have meetings with them all the time, like in that first initial meeting, what is like that big hang up for them? Like, what is that big thing like where they just like sound so confused and you're like, I got this, but I need you to like let go.
What I've noticed a common theme recently has been they just don't know what they want to do. Like for instance, I'm trying to say it without like putting any, I like to keep everything confidential, but um, for an example, let's say like you own a restaurant, and I can say that because I used to bartend, you guys, but say it's a restaurant owner wanting to pub and boost more clientele and just awareness behind his restaurant, and he comes to me and I'm like, okay, so what's your end goal? He don't know. He just know he want to get his stuff out there to get more attention on it. And so I have to kind of walk people through to see like, okay, like we can go this route, or this route. It's really all on what you want to do and how you want to get there. My job is just to make it easier and then to make it look very presentable, neat, and appetizing to people to want to come see you and spend their money with you. That's the end goal. So yes.
I love that because that is quite literally. I feel like that's every strategist and like business and consultant we get in like conversations with people, and we're just like, oh my gosh, they have no idea what they want. And it's not a judgment thing. We're literally just like listening to them, like they think they want this thing, but like what they actually need for their business is this. So like they're like, yep. And I'm like, we need to pivot. I understand what you want. I was like,
This is what you need.
we can't even get there.
We're not there yet.
Like
Yes.
we're, just letting it over there.
Right.
So for those who are trying to get like boost their marketing, maybe they don't just have the, and Peanut's about to say hi.
Hey,
All right, on
Peanut.
time. For those who don't have the budget to hire you, because y'all really should hire Brie for your marketing, I promise you, she'll make your entire life so much easier. Like I work with her, and I'm like, there are days where I wish Brie would do my marketing because I'm tired. It's not even that I can't do it; I'm just tired. I'm like,
That's a lot of effort that goes behind the scenes of the marketing that people don't realize.
yeah, a lot. So for those who don't have the budget for marketing, what would you suggest it would be the first like step, like a thing that they can do and put into action like today or this weekend or next week? Because maybe they don't want to work the weekend, which is totally fine. Yeah, really.
My first thing is just to have your goals clear on what you are like, what your brand deal is. So if someone saw you, first impression, what do you want them, the first three words to come up to you or come in their mind about you and your company and your brand? So I always ask my initial clients that when we have our first consultation meeting, like, okay, three words to describe your brand, go. And they be stuck. And I'm like, that's not good. You're supposed to know because you're your walking brand yourself. You know what I mean? And then also make sure you have your logo. You have like a brand guide to give to the marketing person because that's like necessary for us to even know what you're looking for and to keep you uniform and things on theme with your brand. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't have, they're just like, oh, I just like the color orange. I just been using orange. I'm like, no, like we can't just do that. You know, what shade of orange, what font color, those are important things that you need to go ahead and have ready. Even if you don't have someone booked for marketing and you're doing your own marketing, just to make it look uniformed across the board. So if I pulled up a page and it's like this one, this post, and like a bold, scary post with different fonts and different colors on the next post, it's not consistent. It's kind of throwing me off. So to me as a viewer, especially from a marketing perspective, it's like, okay, clearly they're just all over the place. It's not good. You know what I mean? So I just kind of throw those ideas out there to people. So yeah. See it.
Sorry, Peanut is like all over the place. I don't know if y'all can see her, but her little self is like climbing all over me. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to focus. Like, I'm really trying to focus. Please stop.
It's all good. I know Peanut be in the cut. But yeah.
It's a Peanut. So it's her world. We just live in it, honestly. Brie already knows this. So I guess my next question for you, once you have those clients or like once you have like once you meet your next goal, like one, how will you celebrate it? Because I'm gonna put you on the spot. And then two, you don't have to give all the details, I'm just thinking. And then two, like what do you think, like, because I always tell people to think in 90 days, like sprints, instead of thinking out the whole year. Like think in 90 days because it's gonna be a lot easier because then you can break it down into like 30 days or like, every week.
43, 44, absolutely.
So like, and then like if you met this goal like in the next few days, because we're not even gonna put a cap on it, like in the next few days, because who knows? Literally, I promoted this live. There's no telling. What would like your next goal potentially be, Peanut?
I probably would stick with my clients that I currently have for the remainder of the year just to make sure I don't want to ever deliver sloppy work because my work of people's company is still a representation of me and my brand. So I just want to make sure I have a good gist and flow of that. And then I'll probably double the number, honestly. Like, for instance, if it's at 5, and then I'll be like, okay, now I have to take in like 10 more people within the next quarter over those course of those couple of months, or like 6 at those 90 days. You know what I mean? Instead of just like all at once. They all come at one time. Okay, cool. I'm not accepting no more clients at that time. And unless someone just falls off, and then there'll be an opening. But that's my game plan and my strategy with that, because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And then eventually, okay, so let me put a pin in that. I actually studied abroad last summer in London. So I've learned how business work, especially with marketing, with the European culture and European side of doing business. I'm a Spanish minor, so I am bilingual. And I'm currently taking a class about Spanish for business. So I'm learning the Latin American culture as far as it comes to running business. So honestly, eventually I want to be able to have clients all over internationally, and I just have someone that I hire underneath me that I trust. I train them, I teach them my way and my strategy, and I trust them where my clients are really heavy in certain cities, and I just kind of pop in and out as need to be to make sure everything's being ran smoothly, and I'm not limiting myself just to the US. It could be Latin American cultures, or I keep saying cultures, but countries, or it can be in Europe. I don't care. Like, yes, because marketing is needed everywhere. Literally, it's the same. Like, that's one thing I've learned just going to different places. I'm like, it's still the same when it comes to marketing. So, yes.
Did you say how you were going to celebrate once you hit that goal?
I did not. I was hoping you didn't realize that.
I thought you thought I was going to start for that. I was like,
honestly, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Might go on a trip.
I was like, let me put her on the spot real quick. She gonna hate me, but it's okay.
I was like, side eye to sit for that. Probably
yeah, so
I might just get a little quick saying congrats and make a post about it. Like, oh, we hit our goal, yay!
Yeah. And that's why I was like, I know there's something else she needs to mention, which is why I asked you about like your next like 90 days and like more out into the future, because I forgot to tell you, like, mention that you were bilingual, and like that's what you're like trying to strive for, is a bilingual, because most marketing companies are not, like, they're not, like, when they first start, even when they like are the bigger ones do not have services that offer multiple languages, and it's like, why would you not do that? Because
you're limiting yourself.
Yes, and if you want a global company, why would you not have people on staff who can market in multiple languages? Like, I need to study multiple languages, so we're not gonna talk about that, but for other reasons. But I don't offer marketing services. I offer different things, and you offer like multimedia, which, like, I need y'all to understand that is so, like, that's so broad, and that's so, like, the area she's able to tap into. I can't with Tina right now. I'm screaming. Like, she's able to tap into for y'all, and at the prices she's currently offering them, if y'all heard her price ranges, like, y'all better hire her now
before they go up. Absolutely.
When I tell you, they will not be the same when she gets the first 10 clients. They definitely won't be the same next year. If not, if I'm her mentor, I'm already like, you could charge more.
No, she says that a lot. I be trying to be nice and work with people. I'm like, well, you know.
And it's so funny because I've worked, like, we've talked about this, like, we've done like services for free before, like just different things, especially when you're first starting out and you're just trying to figure out like if people are even interested. And there's nothing wrong with like beta testing and having groups where you've done things for free and stuff like that. I need people to take that, like, no, you shouldn't do it for the like years and years and years.
Yeah,
but, like,
no. I'm done. I'm out of my free testing zone. Like, I already, my minimum for a month to month is 500 at the least. Yeah. You have to. Yeah.
See? And that's still a deal with what she can do.
It's still a deal. Yes. I just had a meeting yesterday with one of my clients, and we closed the deal. I did celebrate last night, but I presented to their whole company, and I created a PowerPoint. I just kind of gave them a price breakdown of what, like, if you hired a marketing firm, really, you should be paying like almost $3,000 for this service that I'm giving you a deal on right now. But also, like, I know them, so I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna cut you a deal, but yeah, marketing is expensive, and we have to pay for ads, time, and editing goes into that. If you want multiple platforms to be ran and managed, you want to be, most business owners want to be as hands off when it comes to their social media as possible. They don't like it. And I'm not disagreeing with it, but I also give out like analytics and data reports on the month-to-month basis as well. So that's also included, which most people don't do. And also I have a lot of experience and background in research marketing. So that plays a big role too, because I really know what people are looking for.
You're doing the research for them, so you don't have to do it.
Right, exactly.
Look, you don't have to do it. She's doing it for you. I need y'all to like get in on like DM her. Like, I don't care what y'all think right now. Like, if you're like, that's in my price point, like, just based off of what she said, I can do this. Like, I need to talk to her and see if I can work with her. Like, y'all need to go to her Instagram, which I had pinned earlier. I don't know where it went. I gotta try to find it again.
Emma, is it Emma? Did I say it wrong? I don't want to say it wrong.
Ama.
I'm so sorry. Lo siento.
No, you're good. I think I asked her the same question when I first talked to her, because we actually haven't known each other that long, but like, I have her tea. She makes some of the tea that I drink, so.
Sid is a tea drinker, y'all. Really.
Hello, I have a Black woman is speaking, listen and learn mug right now. Yeah,
I
teaching honey tea.
I support it.
which is not honesty. Don't fight me. I'm like, it's because I want to create content for your tea, which is why I haven't which is why it's not in Smug. So I was like, it's not your tea. Don't fight me. It's just from Target. Peanut, you cannot have tea.
I'm excited. Does anyone have any questions, or say you have any more questions for me?
Yes. So I was gonna say, for anybody that has questions about marketing in general, this is the time to ask. Between me and Bre alone, we probably can give you really solid answers and actionable stuff and tailored advice. And I'm talking anything marketing and multimedia. The question's not gonna be stupid to us because we're gonna look at you and be like, no, we've been there. No, we've had a client that needed that. No, we've had those conversations. Peanut, I know you love me, but my God. I'm trying to focus, and I'm people are like, oh, how do I get over being shy? Can you answer that, Bre?
Yeah, I can actually talk a little bit about that. I think it just comes with time. You have to practice. The more you do something, practice, or what they say, what's the saying? The way you practice is the way you perform. So that's true. And I deal with the same thing because I have to present a lot in Spanish, and I'm like, oh Lord, I already don't like presenting English like Spanish, but I practice a lot, or even I say the words or where I plan on saying with my PowerPoint pulled up in the mirror. I'm looking at myself, making different face expressions up. Even if you mess up, it's okay. Throw examples in there. So really, people want to make sure that you're personable and that they can relate to you. If you can grab them in that way, all the pressure on whatever you're really trying to say to them is going to come off because now they feel like y'all on the same level. And that happened to me last night too. I was actually presenting to a barbershop. I was the only female in the room. So, I was just kind of like, oh, wow. And I was a little shy at first, but by my second slide that I had clicked on, we all was giggling and laughing. I was like, you want to make some money, and I know you want to make some money, and we need to come together and make the money together. So, and they were all down for the strategy that I implemented for them. So, yeah, just practice. Throw some jokes in there. People like to laugh. I'm very unserious. So, I'm serious, but I'm very unserious.
Mm-hmm. But we already know.
Yeah. What key things do you look for in brands marketing? What do you mean by that? Do you know what she means by that in brands marketing?
Can you explain a little bit more when it comes to in a brand's marketing? Are you asking from a perspective of a consumer, when you want to purchase what you look for, or are you looking for a perspective of when she's trying to work with somebody, what she's looking for, what they already have established? Because I think it could go either way, and I feel like she can answer.
That's kind of a loaded question. So
I know, we have to figure out which perspective we're at, and then I think it will make more sense. Are we talking from she is the consumer, or is she the person looking for her client? Which perspective? What
things make a brand pop in marketing? To me, in my opinion, it's about that uniqueness, because you could be like, oh, I saw the Stanley Cups, for instance. They're literally selling the same thing, like a flask. Everybody is buying the same thing, essentially, same materials, just made in a different format, different color. What makes them different? Their marketing was really spot on. Some people go into influencer marketing that costs a lot of money. So that's also when people book marketing agencies, that's why I be wanting them to understand, yes, the price is up here, but half of that is going into us paying other people to make sure they promote your brand and make you more money, driving that foot traffic in towards you. So really, most of that don't even come to the person actually doing the marketing. We want to be honest. So that, making sure you have a catchy slogan or something, it needs to catch your eye. And that's what I was telling people last night with my name. My business name is The Influence. They like that off rip. They were kind of hooked at that. They was, oh, that's different. I haven't heard that. And that's what you want. Something that's different that catches people's attention. They ask you questions like, what is that about? You want to grab people in initially, because most of the time people's attention span is this shorter than a toddler. You know what I mean? So you got to do something that's going to grab them and sell them quickly. And that's what marketing is. You're persuading someone to buy something whether they need it or not. Make them feel like they need this item. How can you do that in the quickest way possible? So that's what I do. for my clients at least. So yes.
And then she said she was actually looking for it from as a consumer. Would you still say the same thing, like just something unique, like when you're trying to purchase from somebody? So like she has a tea brand. So like if you were looking for like you're looking at all these tea companies that exist because y'all think about Walmart.
I
You walk
drink
into
tea
Walmart.
too. I am a southerner. Okay, I'm a southern woman, so I love me some tea. So,
Yeah.
for me, honestly, like it's different ways. So I'm gonna tap into my like research marketing background. So there's different avenues. Some people are just loyal to certain companies, whether they're right or wrong. They're gonna always support that company. It's unfortunate because they could be killing all the little kids in the Congo, and they're still gonna support them. It just is what it is. Oh yes, I would love some tea, and I can like Sid said, I made some promo, but so brand loyalty plays a role. You got the people that are just only buying whatever fits in their budget. So how high or how low it is, they're solely going in off of that. Research shows that, honestly, because I've done some test studies myself off of that, and it's true. Like some people, it's just like if you're marketing to college students, they're always going to go for the cheapest thing. They're in college, they don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? You marketing to middle-aged people with a career, okay, they don't care about the price. What does it stand for? You got to kind of figure out what people are looking for. So if you're wanting your audience to be more like a health conscious based target audience, then you need to be able to put yourself in stores where, like for instance, Whole Foods or something like a healthier. People go to Whole Foods. You're not going to Whole Foods for the price because you're going to spend some money. You know what I mean? But it's better quality of food essentially when you're okay with that. Like the person going to Whole Foods isn't going to Aldi's. Neither are bad places, but most people go to Aldi's because it's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really about what the consumers are looking for. And most of the time, it just depends on the individual. I hope that answered your question.
I think we're gonna answer her question. She might have more, but I see my girl Rajay popped in here too. And Rajay is a fashion designer, so she's a bladesmith turned fashion designer, which is like the most like to my brain, it's just like the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. She knows this. I think she's like the coolest person. She is a fashion designer, so I don't know if and you're a model, so this is why I'm asking you specifically. So from a marketing perspective, when it comes to fashion designers who are trying to get their brands out there, especially like who don't have like maybe a full staff and like all that stuff, you need to check out her designs. I feel like you would
I
think
would
they
love to see your page, actually.
She like for her when it comes to marketing and what a consumer would be looking for, because she is really about like goddess energy and divine femininity and making women feel like in their power and beautiful and powerful, not just because the biggest thing that people market to for women is sexy, and it's like I get that, but also sometimes I want to feel powerful, like I could literally destroy the world. Like I'm trying to like
power.
like I want both. And so what would you recommend for her when it comes as a like consumer, when you're thinking about that perspective of a woman who's trying to be in her power, trying to feel empowered with some of the accessories and designs that she offers? Because Rajay, you probably have to drop it below everything that you offer. You offer a lot, but your designs are beautiful, and I've already been staring at things that I want. I will say that.
So, and honestly, that's funny because, like you were saying, I do model, and someone that just booked me for a show in December reposted someone else's new line, and it was so different because a lot of people kind of copy and paste, but they don't have a creative angle. So if you don't have that, it's really hard to put yourself out there. People are always looking for something that's different. And of course, once you start a trend, people are going to take it and run with it. That's normal. Expect that. Trademark it if you can, so at least you make your money off of it. That's all I say, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. But this lookbook that they had posted with their line, they were in a bed, which sounds, I would have to show you, but it was like in a bed, but you can clearly see the photographer took the angle from like way above them, and they're like laid out, but they have the full outfit on. And I just literally like held it and I stared at it, and I wanted to see every single picture in depth because I'm like, okay, that's different. I like it. It's clean, but the bed sheets themselves were white, but the clothes were colored, and they popped out, and they're all in like stretched out positions or whatever with the accessories, the bag, like they're running or something. It was different. That's my first time ever seeing something like that. And I was like, whoever is on their marketing team is genius, because you don't have that anywhere else. And then they made it into a collage and made it almost look like a yearbook. So That's different. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it. I went to the actual post itself. Yeah, it blew up. Simple. People just want something different, something they haven't seen before. Really.
Yes, and Rajay, you have plenty of things that people have never seen before because she's not just like I'm saying she's a fashion designer, but let me put some respect on her name and her brand because she is a New York Fashion Week like in 2023, if I'm not mistaken,
I need to come
fashion
out for
designer,
you.
and then doing also she's getting prepared for Paris Fashion Week. So like
I love that.
she that's why I was like, that's why we were talking earlier on Instagram. Like, it does not matter how many followers people have. If y'all looked at her follower count, you would not know that. Like, it really does not matter. But like, she is somebody that y'all need to know, especially for my people. See, leather harnesses, metal work. She's got like claws, crowns, whatever comes
See,
to her
I would
creative.
love that. I would love the model for you because I just did a few months ago. What was it? What was the theme of the show? Oh, like To the Future shoot, and it was tea. But that sounds amazing.
I mean, it sounded like Bree, like you need to fly out to wherever Rajay is, and then because Rajay, I don't remember where you are.
I love
Like,
it.
model. I'm just connecting my people so they all work together, and then we're just all one big happy family of small business owners, and not really small businesses because they're gonna be real big, but it's not.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm gonna look back at this day and be like, remember when we were all talking on live?
Now look at us, right?
Now we have multi-million-dollar companies and like our brands are everywhere and we're global. Because that's my big thing right now is like I realized like earlier this year, like so after, and Bree knows the story and I tell the story all the time. I got laid off effective immediately in on February 21st, and I remember being like, what am I gonna do? And I applied to corporate jobs because that's what you do. Like you're thinking, you're like, well, I got laid off, so now I need to like make sure money is still coming in and all that stuff. And I was like, but I want to do like while I'm waiting to hear back, obviously for an interview through the job market right now. I know y'all know. But I was like, I wanted to like tap into more of my creative stuff. And I was like, but like the brands that I work with are a lot of my friends' brands, but I'm like talking to them and I can see, because I'm a strategist, you notice like my brain is already firing off like, how do we take this and make this global? How do we take this and make it bigger? Like they're niche and they're in a certain area and they're kind of like over the East Coast, or they're like in these like specific areas, but they're not like they're not out in international yet. But as somebody who has been an international like speaker, who has been like, and like from my home, y'all, like I was in my office. I shared an apartment with 3 people. I was in the office having this speaking engagement, like internationally with this big, like a big fashion brand, their sub company, like, and I'm sitting here like, I really made this connection and got paid to speak at this engagement with no speaker reel because of who I am as a person, because somebody had been following me for 10 years and she decided to be like, I was the first person she thought of for it. And I said, that's marketing. That's organic marketing. Because I did not, like, I'm a speaker. Somebody hire me all the time. No, like it literally just happened. I was like, oh,
Well,
I'm just missing out. I was like, look, so I can see like the global aspect of things. And so we already talked about language being one of them, like the language barrier. Like people need to remember that like not everybody speaks the same language all over the world. And if y'all go to these countries and tell people that like, or that people come over here and you tell them to speak like the native language, I'm gonna fight all of y'all. As somebody who's been traveling since I was like a kid, I'm gonna fight all of y'all. Do not do that. Like when you go to other countries, like try to learn their language before you go over there, and do not expect everybody to believe your will, because English is just like, well, we are American and we're English, and I'm like, that doesn't matter. Respectfully, that doesn't matter.
I traveled a lot last year. I went to 5 different countries. What City saying is true, and actually, we had to learn the customs and things of that sort before we even went over there. You can't be disrespectful to other people in there.
No.
This is important. How you want respect, you don't get respect. So
that is crazy to me. I'm like, you want me to respect?
That's very American though, to think like they be Americans. I'm not gonna lie, as an American, I feel like as a whole we're entitled.
No, that tracks. I feel the same way, and I'm like, I'm American, and I'm telling y'all we entitled. Like, please, to like go over to other countries and not even attempt to learn the customs or the language. That's crazy, because a lot of places you can't wear the same things that you can wear in America. That too, or like you can't even like mix companies for certain things. Like y'all, like do the research before you go over these places. They may be pretty, but you need to understand especially if you want to make connections and stuff, especially if you're being a solo traveler and all that stuff. So it's just about being respectful. And for those people who are in like a business and you want, like, you thinking like small right now, just because that's the language that everybody uses, is small business. And it just means like you have less than 50 employees in your company. That's literally what it means. Like, I Googled it because I was like, I just need to know, what is the defining factor of a small business? I was like, I need to, like, what are the details of a small business? Because it's not giving what I think people try to do when they say small business. Like, oh, you have a small business. First of all, don't you be calling it, Kelly Rowland already said it, don't you be calling anybody's thing small. Oh, that small idea. Oh, your little, what do they always say? Your little business or your little something. And I'd be like,
Clock it.
I will fight you. I will fight you for the person. They ain't got to say nothing. I will do it. Turn. Like, you already know, because I'm already not going to play that. So I think the biggest thing right now is, like, I'm realizing there's so many brands that are doing these unique things, but nobody knows about them because of the marketing thing. And it's like, for people who have services, I think that's a harder thing to figure out how to sell for those people. And I know you're about to say something, so I want you to say that first. But when you're done with that, can you answer, like, for service-based businesses, because a lot of it has been, the conversation has been product-focused today, what would you suggest when it comes to marketing? So I'm going to let you talk. Cause
I forgot what I was going to say, Sid. I'm not going to lie. But it'll come back. It'll come back. But to answer your question, because I'm in service, you know what I'm saying? Or I sell a service myself. I feel like you have to just put yourself out there. Like, it is okay. Humble yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, I would never. Well, you don't want the clients and you don't want the people to come to you. Ain't no shame in my game. In school, when I first started my dance company, I literally would print out my flyers and put them up in every building that I could put them up. Thumbtack, I didn't care. I didn't care if it took me the whole week to put them up. They went up and they were out. Someone was going to see it, you know what I mean? I went to restaurants locally downtown, asked them, do they mind if I leave a flyer here, a flyer there, put in their window? Humble yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're not too good. You want people to see, and it doesn't matter if you draw on the people like you think, or you're in your head like you have an idea of like, oh, I think this person will be good, this person. You never know who's going to see it, who might take a picture, who want to do something. You know what I mean? You just never know who's going to come across your stuff. So just make sure it's out there. And make sure it looks good and it's put together while it's out there, so people know you have your stuff together. Because what you don't want is false advertisement. It's going to go straight downhill almost immediately. So yeah, put yourself out there and be consistent with whatever you do. So like Sid was saying with the small businesses, I think that's what I was going to say. Or not small businesses, but like businesses that a lot of people don't know exist. Their marketing, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They, in their head, is marketing, but they're not really accustomed to the algorithm and what works for this platform versus this platform. So they're only doing what they think is best instead of consulting a strategist or someone who actually has a degree in this field. And that's why it's not doing what they want it to do. Marketing does take time. You may have a viral moment here or there, and that's really like by luck. But if you're consistent with it, eventually it's going to grab the attention that you want and pick up that traction. And you just want to be ready. Like, if you go to a page and say you've been posting consistently on a 3-week schedule or whatever, and none of them really just did what you really wanted to do, but that one caught the attention of everyone and went viral, and that brought so much traffic to your page that now all your views are up. People are overflowing your DMs. They're trying to book you, trying to do this, trying to do that. You want to make sure it's all ready and in point, so when you do show it to someone, that's your portfolio. Keep it cute. I love saying that. I mean that across the board. Yeah, keep it cute.
Yes, I think I literally couldn't have said it any better, because I think that people focus, and I've talked about this on Instagram Live this morning, like, because they're like seeing people like go viral, and I'm like, y'all focus on the wrong thing, because you could go viral at any moment for any reason. Like, it really is like luck. And even if you're like studying the algorithm changes all the time, first of all. Second of all, like if you're so focused on going viral, are you even setting up your back end for what happens if you go viral and people start buying your stuff all of a sudden? Like, is your operation set up for like that moment when you go viral? Because if not, you need to just stop focusing on that and focus on creating quality content. I think the other thing people get stuck on is quantity over quality, which I think we've talked about before, just on like a personal level. And it's like yes, like you want to be posting consistently, but what does consistency look for you? Now you're gonna have to like manage your expectations. Like if you're trying to be like, well, I want this many followers or this many sales or da 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 da, but I'm only going to be posting like once a week. I'm only going to be posting 3 times a week. Like, and you're not really providing value-based content and selling. You're doing one or the other. Like, there's just things that you're probably not thinking of when you're like viral, or you're like, ooh, I want to have this goal, but it's not a, y'all, I'm not calling you stupid when I say this. Just FYI before I say this, a SMART goal. So that's specific, measurable.
Right,
that's,
right.
yeah.
I know what SMART goals are. Yes.
That's, yeah. Relevant, that's timely for all those who don't know that might be in the chat and haven't learned that. That's something I learned and was like, oh my gosh, but they're smart budgeting, they're smart. It's just so you remember the acronym. And it's like, you can't just say, I want more followers. Wait, what,
they're going to come
what do you want them for?
Yeah. I didn't mean to talk to you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay. You're good. That's what, you're right. Like, they're going to come regardless. So like, okay, you want more followers, but like, once you have them, what are you doing? Like, you want more followers for what reason? Like, what are you trying to attract them to? Like, are you trying to attract them because you are like, you want to sell more? I'm gonna look at what you said, leather harnesses, for instance, by Rajay, like, or more of the claws or the crowns, especially like the crowns as like New Year's pops up and like all these like parties start popping up. I'm just saying, a crown just sounds like such a good idea for the holidays.
For businesses, y'all need to be like socially aware of what's going on month to month in your city and locally around you, because you can really play off of that and get booked and busy off of that. Like for restaurants, down here, like school's going to be out in December, and my client, he was like, I'm gonna go on vacation. I said, are you dumb? I mean, I didn't say it like that, but like in my head, that was like, I was like, no, because you still have all these businesses that are open. It's the holidays. Everyone's going to book somewhere and need someone for catering to do all these holiday and Christmas parties. You can make a ton of revenue off of that. Just because your main source or what you think you want is kind of slowed down, don't mean you can't pivot in the time frame to make more or double. You just never know. Don't count yourself out.
Quite literally. And I think so. Before I ask any more questions, because this is a good conversation, y'all. And when I tell you need to hire Bre now, like, I need you to hire Bre now, because when I tell you, like, this is us just talking. Me and Bre work together. This is literally us talking. This is not even in our businesses. Like, I'm working on my new venture right now, which I cannot talk about, but when I can talk about it, I'm gonna be so glad, because I feel like I'm gonna explode. But I was like, I'm really, now I'm like, you know me, I just be so excited. I'm ready to talk about things, and guys like, no, and I'm like, please. But I do have a link in bio right now. You go to seniority.com. I do have like my ebooks and stuff in my link in bio, so it's real easy to shop. I have like bundles and stuff like that I'm preparing for. Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna get you together for the holiday season, because that's the other thing. The holiday season's coming up, and so I'm gonna ask Bre this next question, and she's gonna give y'all game. Trust me. But share the live. That's what I need y'all to do right now, because I haven't said it yet. Share the live. Share it with as many people as you know that are business owners. Share the live. Like, get them in here. Let them have, because they're gonna have, like, we're telling you to ask questions. She is a marketing, like, she does marketing as multimedia. It's not like one area, and she's like studying to like make sure that she's able to offer bilingual at that services with that, so that she can be an international brand, which, y'all, I'm like, this is going to be a multi-million-dollar company, a multi-million-dollar agency. Y'all need to get her now. I'm not playing with y'all. She's also my mentee. She's also my mentee. So not only is she already the most amazing person ever, okay, like ever, okay, she's got me on her side and vouching for her. Y'all, I don't play about who I vouch for. So I'm going to need y'all to do what you're supposed to do. And make sure you follow her, and make sure you like pop over to Instagram, because that's where we're both at more often. I'm really not on TikTok like this. We would be like sending me things. I'd be like, girl, I'm so sorry, I'm not on there.
No, literally. I'm like, look at the video.
So she has to like text me. I'd be like, I'm so sorry. But for because the holiday season is practically here. Because the Halloween is like what, next week?
People are celebrating this week.
For the holiday. Look, exactly. You know what? You're not even over buying your water. Why are you doing that anyway? For the holiday season, for like those people who are trying to either ramp up their marketing or just like figure out how they want to approach it this holiday season, because we know not everybody celebrates Christmas, which is the other thing people need to consider. What tips do you have? What suggestions would you make? whether they're like, this is their first year in business or they're like long term, like, and that might be a little bit different because like people who are usually in business longer usually have more of a budget to work with, or just like know their brand and everything about their client a little bit better if they've been doing what they're supposed to do, which is survey your people and actually talk to them and not just be like have these followers and not be doing anything with the people who are in your buying. So what suggestions, tips do you have? What like strategies? Give the people whatever you're willing to give for free. I'm just saying.
Okay, so strategies for the holidays, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. What I would recommend is if you already know what your target audience is or what works for your company or who your market is exactly, just kind of throw it out there. Like, it's like a few days left in October. It is exactly. Just kind of throw it out there. Like, it's like a few days left in October. Like a top 3 list, kind of like what I want to do or what I would be interested in putting out there. That's not going to be too taxing on me and my time and energy. That would be okay with promoting and doing, you know what I mean? And I'll put out there like, okay, of these 3 things, or make it fun, make it cute, like interactive with the people. Like she said, kind of get a feedback first and then go from there. Like if you got a fashion company, you're like, okay, do we want dresses, vests, or purses? You know? And most people vote for the purses. Okay, do we want a holiday themed purse or holiday collection? It's just solely purses. And also have like, I tell people, try to make your company like a loyalty based company, because that to me is the best way to go, because regardless of you being right or wrong, those people are going to support you. You can issue an apology. I'm not saying just mess up, but a simple apology will go a long way when you have a loyalty-based brand, regardless, because they're going to support it regardless. So that, and then also just be mindful, like Sid was saying, on a global aspect. You might celebrate Christmas. The next person might not. They might be Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Just make it open to everybody so no one feels like they can't come and support your shop because, oh, it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest ick I be getting when I go somewhere and I feel like, okay, clearly this isn't targeted for me. Or like, we just did a case study on Lululemon's CEO, and he made that disgusting comment saying like, oh, my brand isn't for all women, but all women literally go in the store and support his company is making him a multi-billionaire. So personally, as a marketing person, even if that's how I felt personally, it would have never came out my mouth. You know what I mean? And then he doubled down on it. So he lost a lot of money and revenue, and that was not smart. And some people just don't care. I mean, some people make the worst people, the richest people, unfortunately, but I'm sure he learned his lesson. He had to step down. So just be mindful, make everybody feel inclusive. Diversity, equity, inclusion is a big thing right now. It's 2024. You know, you got to just be aware of what's going on socially. That'll help you out a lot. That's my advice.
Hello. That's what I was like, sir, please do not double. That was the part that tripped me up. It wasn't even that he said it, because some people be like that. It was that he doubled down. And I was like, you really don't care about this money. Like,
at all.
You don't care about
this down immediately. And they did, as they should have.
Like you're thinking from a leadership perspective. All the people in that company that like support your brand that probably like are now like, I worked here and didn't know you felt like that. Like,
hello, you know what I'm saying? Let me sell it. Let me sell it right now. And it's too Lululemon's price point is too high for him to have opinions like that.
Like, even if you thought that, sorry, you should know. Just stop talking. Like, I know people say all press is good press or whatever, but I'm like, no, not that.
That's only her too.
I'm sure there are people who look, people might say that like, well, there are probably people that think like him that are now buying. I'm like, but yes, but they're the minority in this. They're not the majority. I said the majority of people are like very much like, think you have to. So the thing that people don't think about, and I love that. So her name is Yamina Childress. I think I'm saying her name right, but she was talking during our Pioneer Progress program during the when I was doing. She was talking about this thing called the pet.
The what?
Yep. So She
Wait,
was
what?
talking about this thing called the pestle analysis.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what I'm saying. All this stuff you're talking about, that's what we do. Yeah. It's a real
So for those
thing.
who don't know, because I'm mostly focused on the people who like also like don't know in the comments. They're probably like, "What is that? What are y'all even talking about?" For us, this is like common knowledge, and we're like passing it back and forth and be like, I'm like, this is like fascinating because I even forgot. Like, I know to think of like natural disasters and other things that can impact like your business, but
Like
like I never
also,
knew that it was actually called like.
it's a thing. Yeah, all of them have an actual strategy behind it. Like, um, I just did another case study on the company, the actual company umbrella that like Louis Vuitton and Dior is under. So what they have to be mindful about, they don't really have a big e-commerce presence right now. One, that needs to change. A lot of people are more health conscious now, so they need to be aware of what their consumers want. And two, if we're in a recession, I'm not trying to buy a bag. So you know what I'm saying? Those are things that we're like the owner needs to be aware, like more aware, like realistically what's happening. So I'm sorry. Back to you.
You're good. So for people who don't know, so it's so you're identifying like threats and weaknesses basically that can impact your business, and it's usually things that are outside of your control. Like I know we focus so much of like our marketing and all these things that can impact us that are in our control, but there's so much that's outside of that that can actually impact it, and a lot of us don't prepare for that. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying a lot of, especially small business owners, and again, that's because small businesses, if you have less than 50 employees, I need you to reframe how your brain thinks of small business. You're not a small business just because you're only one person, solopreneur. It's because you don't have 50 employees helping you out. You're doing this by yourself. And most of us are outworking people who have employees, BT dubs.
This is true.
Like, outworking most of these people and doing it efficiently. And like with having like the operations, the back end, like everything, like, and then still performing and still like giving our clients these like high success stories. Like, y'all, please. Like, be for real. It's not because I'm not calling you small business because you're by yourself. As somebody who's been by herself for most of her career when she's doing things on the side, I understand. And I only say on the side because like I am like trying to do 20 billion things, and there's always something on the side that I'm also doing. But Pestle is really like your government policies. It's about like change. It's foreign trade. It's internal political issues. It's like, think about it. It's election season, right? So like, you're thinking about like, you know, like, should I pick a side? Should I do this? Should I even talk about it? And it's more like, how does your brain connect with people right now with election season going on, like with people being so divided? How can you, as a business owner, connect people? Like, you should be thinking about that anyway, because at the end of the day, people buy from people. Like, yes, we have brands and all this stuff, but think about your favorite celebrities. You probably, if they vouch for something, you're sitting there like, oh, like, let me buy this thing, because why are they talking about it? And now they make it look good. So hold on. I will make sure. So y'all got any last minute questions for Bre before she hops off? Because y'all know I'm going to be on here for like at least another like 55 minutes. So for other people who want to hop on and talk about their business, you can. But I'm trying to let y'all like pick her brain as much as possible right now, because like the price is not yesterday's price is not gonna be today's price, okay? So, or next year's price, or the price after that. Not with me being her mentor, not with everybody else like trying to hire her. Y'all, ask her all the marketing questions. If not, she has somewhere to be and somewhere to like. She's given us more than 15 minutes, which I'm so appreciative of, because I really could have let her go after she did.
We could talk about marketing all day, literally.
Literally, because there's so many facets, there's so many things about it that people don't consider, and there's so many like strategies that you can do, and people think because like they have a certain kind of business or only do like their content a certain kind of way or only offer a certain kind of product, or just so many things, they like box themselves in, and it's like, no, you just need a strategist on your team, and I promise like they'll get you where you need to be at, but you got to trust them and let go of that control. That's also true. So yes, Rajay, Bre, make sure you two connect, because like I need that to happen. I'm like at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna put my personal. I'm gonna put both my personal and my marketing page on there. Sid had it at one point, but I don't know where it went.
It went into the ethers of these comments. don't know if I can
Absolutely.
repin it either. That's the other thing.
So my personal is the Bre Terry, and
So when
that's
she puts
my
her up.
across all platforms. And then my marketing page is the influenced by marketing page yet, but I do have an Etsy storefront where I sell templates as well. So yeah. On
Yeah,
my
so
main
if
page,
y'all would
all my
like to hire her, but I can. Yeah, so like if you can't hire her right now, but you want her templates, like go get them. Go ahead
they're
and blow
really
her
cheap
Etsy store up
actually.
and share them because when I tell you, like
Yeah.
her op templates at all, like y'all better get in on these because I already know because she's been sending them to me. So I'm like, oh, this got to be good. Like people just sleeping on this. I know she just put the Etsy store up, but I'm just saying.
It's coming together, yeah.
Yeah, so this is Rajay's stuff. But yeah, so I'll let you connect with Rajay because that's the biggest thing right now. I want to make sure you two connect for sure because, and I feel like I did not send you Tasia's information. I need to do that too because Tasia's on Instagram. So I'll make sure I send her profile because she's going to want to connect with you too. She's the one that kept asking me like marketing and like has the fashion brand and has the everyday supermodel. I think that's called what it's called. And so I feel like you would be a really good person for her too. So I'm going to make sure that y'all are connected too. And yeah, I'm going to let you go.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it. We have to do this again, Sid. This was fun. Unfortunately, I do have to go, but I hope everyone enjoy the rest of their Saturday. Bye.
Bye.